Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 6 o'clock. No, it's not. It's 9 o'clock, and it's time for the creative process. It's a Thursday. It's time for the creative process right here on Magic TV. We got there in the end. So if you don't know what the creative process is, this is the part of Magic TV where everybody tunes in every single Thursday just waiting for me to die on my arse so you can laugh at me on the internet. And trust me, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming soon. I guarantee it. I have two bowls in front of me. One bowl has props. It's got a whole bunch of different props in there. These props are made up on comments and suggestions that you make in the comments down below. You leave comments about stuff that should be in this bowl and we put them in there. We have recently added condoms and rubber dildos. Everything is in here. They are the weirdest and wonderful props that you've ever seen. In this bowl, we've got effects. Things that you can have happen in Magic. Penetrations, teleportations. Last week we had an A-can. If you didn't see last week's, it was an any card at any number with Skittles. That was a kind of interesting one, but I actually enjoyed that one. So the whole idea is that I take two pieces of paper out of here. I take one piece of paper out of here. I try to create a trick using those pieces of paper and using the props and using the effect that I draw out. Now, a couple of things that you need to know. Number one, I'm not just going to be using those props. I am allowed to do other stuff. So last week, one of my solutions was to use a quantum deck instead of a double blank deck of cards. I used a roughed blank deck, which, you know, helped with one of the solutions to the problem. So I am allowed to use other stuff. I'm allowed to bring other props in as well, but I do have to use the things that I bring out. Secondly, I'm going to try my absolute best, but this is not like pre-arranged or anything like that. I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to fail at some point. I don't know when. And I'm going to narrate my process to you. So as I'm doing it, you're going to see exactly kind of what's going through my head and what I'm thinking about. And then at the end, we test it by doing it on Jack. We'll bring Jack in and we'll perform the trick to Jack, because nothing decides whether a trick is good or not more than Jack's reaction to a magic trick. So with that in mind, in the words of the late, great Rowdy Roddy Piper, I have come here today to chew bubblegum and create magic. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Let's do this, motherfuckers. Right, okay. So here we go. What have we got today? We have something interesting. Bank night. Do you know what a bank night is, Michael?
It's like petty cash.
It's kind of like petty cash, yeah, or a lucky lotto or something like that. The whole idea is, like one of my favourite bank nights of all time is John Archer's that he did on Penn and Teller Foolers. Blank night, he calls it. It's on the Alakazam Unlimited now. Basically, the whole idea is that you give people, you have like 5 envelopes. And 4 of the envelopes have pieces of paper in. 1 envelope has a £50 note. The audience has a free choice of envelopes. They can take whichever ones they want to, and whichever envelope they take, they get to open and they get to keep what's inside. And the goal is that you have to try and manipulate things so that you're left with the money. And they get all of the blank pieces of paper. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. One of my favourite comedy magicians, Mark Bennett, he uses Paul Martin's version to open up his show at the Smoke and Mirrors. As I say, Richard Ostlin's version is great. It's a really great plot. It's a plot that I actually know an awful lot of. I've released Petty Cash. I've released Lucky Lotto. Both of those are bank nights. So this is a good start. We have a bank night using a quiver wallet. Okay. And we have a book. So I said there was going to be a moment that I failed. Thanks very much for joining us here on Magic TV. Don't forget, like video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back again tomorrow with another Magic Live. I'll see you then. On the surface, that seems completely impossible, Michael.
Yeah.
Bank night with a quiver wallet and a book. Okay. First thing we need to do is go and get a book and a quiver wallet. So, I bought 3 things back. I bought a quiver wallet, I bought a book, and I bought a can of Diet Coke. That's for me. the only book I could find is a book that Ryland is reading at the moment, which is called Max Magic by the always great Stephen Mulhern. And it's got nasty shit on it. I don't know what he's done. It's he left it. He left it. It was at a gig the other day, and he went in the van and he took this with him. And I think it's got chocolate or something on it. It's disgusting. So
Lovely.
we'll wipe that off before we do anything with it. But that's the only book I could find. So we've got a book. We've got a quiver wallet. For those of you that don't know what a quiver wallet is, I actually put a video out called Hows and Whys of the Quiver Wallet. It's amazing. It's like a change bag for close-up workers. So it's basically a wallet. This is a plus size. I only really use the plus size. This is a plus size. You can get a smaller one. And do you see this little tab here? If you push on the tab, it allows you to reach in and go into one side of the quiver wallet. But if you pull the tab back, you can go into the other side of the quiver wallet. So it allows you to switch one object for another. So you could put a card in there and switch it for another card, or whatever. That's basically what it allows you to do. It's basically a change bag, but obviously just for small flat items like coins, bills, cards, things like that.
Not books.
Not books. So we have a book signed by the author. Where's it signed by the author? It says on there, signed by the author. Where's it signed by the... Oh! Stephen Mulhern signed this book. Oh, that'll make it worth a couple of pence more. So we've got a book, a quiver wallet. So the first thing that it springs instantly to mind is, and I'm not going to do this because this is the cheap way out. But I'll be honest with you, it is the cheap way out. But there's a route, and I say a cheap way out not because it would be a good trick, but because I think it's the first thing that anybody would think of, which is why I'm going to bring it up right now. Which is having like 4, and I don't know how the book would get involved in this, so, but having like 4 quiver wallets and having in one side a £20 note and having in the other side a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And so what you'd do is you'd have these 4 wallets and you'd have them mixed up and you'd have them touch the wallet one at a time. And when they look in the wallet, there's a piece of paper. Because you're opening it up for the piece of paper, they would reach in and take it out themselves. It's a piece of paper. The second one's a piece of paper. The third one's a piece of paper. And the last one, they would have the bill. So you can have them pick it up in any order. And I've talked about this on the Hows and Whys of the Quiver on the channel. That's an obvious way to do this. And it's based on I Hate Kids. So there's a trick called I Hate Kids by Palmer Magic and Stephen Bagatsby, I think his name is. And Michael's pulling a face. I hate it. It's one of the funniest stage routines you've ever seen. He has 3 wallets. He doesn't use quiver wallets, but they look similar. He uses squeeze wallets with like a little secret compartment behind them, a little bit like the Larry Becker thing from years ago. And what he does is he has money in each one. So he says, it's really funny actually. He brings a kid up on stage, and he's like, just so you know, I hate kids. I'm going to give you a chance to win some money, but you're not going to win the money because you're rubbish. Kids are rubbish. Your little brain ain't going to beat my big brain. I hate kids. And the whole presentation is like that. And he's like, you can have any one of these wallets if you want to. You can have any one. Ha, 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 ha. And what happens is the kid picks a wallet, and the kid opens up one of the wallets. He opens up the wallet that the kid wants, and there's a £1 coin in there. Or I think a dollar bill or something. And he's like, there you go. You won the money. Give the kid a big round of applause. Bet you feel happy with yourself now, kid, don't you? Bet you feel like you're all, I beat the magician. And then he just picks up the other 2 wallets, and there's a $50 note in one and a $100 note in the other. And he's like, I told you I hate kids. It's a really funny trick. But it basically, doing that would basically be a banknote with quiver. However, I think that there's 2 issues with that. The first issue is, it's kind of the thing that I think most people would come up with. And also, it doesn't involve the book at all, in any way, shape or form. And honestly, this is the issue. The issue is the book. Because I just don't see how you could include a book in a banknight routine. I just don't see it. How do you include a book in a banknight routine? Let's look at the book for a minute. What can you do with a book? I mean, I could use a gimmicked book. You you pass me, no, actually, let me go and get it. You wait there. I'm just going to get a tissue. Do you know why I'm getting a tissue, Michael?
To clean the back.
Just to wipe this gunk off that's on here. I just don't want to touch it. My 11-year-old kid is just disgusting. He's an animal. Don't know where he gets it from. Right, okay. Done. I feel a little bit better now. Right, okay. So, book. Book. So what can we do with a book? We can force a word. We can very easily force a word with a book. Even if it's a regular book, we can force a word. How would that help? Okay, so if you forced a word, put this aside for a minute. If we took a book and we forced a word, and we could do that with, pick a good page. That's a good page. So you could do that with the old-fashioned riffle force. This is a force with a book that I use all the time when I use a borrowed book. Just say stop for me, Michael.
Stop.
Right there, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, can I just open up and have a look at the first word of the book?
Yeah.
First page, that first word on the first line, yeah? Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a force. So we can force that, and how that works for people at home is it's just a wedge break. So you open up the book and you look for a good word. I got 1, 3, 2 there. That's a good word, lucky. And as you say, look, all of these words are different. You just close the book and you get a wedge break with your little finger at the back. But from the front, if you hold it at the side, it doesn't look like there's a gap in the book, even though you've got a massive gap in the back. So you riffle up and you time it so they say stop at around about the position where you've got it marked. And then all you do is you come up like this and you switch. So as you go up, so they say stop. As you go up, you close that. It's a bit like a riffle force, and you come up with your little finger to open it. So you're, but it's actually, for an impromptu book test, it's really good. Look, I'll look away, just say stop.
Stop.
There you go. Can you, boom. Why I've gone through that, I don't know, because that doesn't help with the bank night. But but what I'm thinking is, what can you do with a book? You can force a word. So how would forcing a word help? Okay, what if you had a piece of paper? You had a piece of paper. What if you had a piece of paper? What about if you were doing this to a group of people, right? So you had a piece of paper, an A4 piece of paper, and you brought the book out and you showed the book. And you said to one person, I'm going to give you a chance to win some money. Would you like to win some money? And they say yes, and they turn their back. And you say, okay, you're going to chance to win some money. I want 5 people here to think of a word in this book. And before I tell you, before I do anything, before we do anything, I want you to turn around, or you go out the room. So the person who's getting a chance to win some money either turns around or goes out the room, and he says, and then you say, right, okay, you 5, you're each going to pick a word. I'm not going to know what the word is, and we'll make you the money person. So in other words, your word is the word that will win him the money. So then you say to the first person, I'll turn around, just say stop, have a look at that word. So you're forcing lucky on the first person. And then you say to the second person, you just say stop. Now the other 4 people don't have to be forced. So the riffling of the book will retrospectively sell the cleanliness of the first force, because you would make each word look the same, but every other one is free, a free choice. So in other words, 5 people have looked at words. 5 people have looked at words. This person's out the room. 5 people have looked at words. The money person has a word. You don't know what their 4 words are, but you do know what the money person's word is. You then say, I'll go out the room with that person. And what I want you to do on this piece of paper here, I want all 5 of you to write your words on this piece of paper. All 5 of you write these words on this piece of paper. So the 5 of them write the words on the piece of paper. You then come back, when they've done that, you come back in with the person. And then you say, now think about this, you were out the room the whole time, I was out the room the whole time, we've got 5 words on this piece of paper. These are the 5 words that these people have thought of. Now, we don't know who's wrote down which word, but you're going to pick words one at a time, and if you get the word that the money person thought of, then you win the money. But you don't even know who the money person is, and you don't know what the word they've thought of. So now you've got these 5 words, but what's interesting is you know that the word lucky is the one that's going to win them the money. They don't know you know that. From their point of view, they don't know anything. But from your point of view, you know that lucky is the word that's going to win them the money. So now you just have to do some sort of force, like a patio force or something, like a pick any 2 and eliminate 1. You have to do, you couldn't do an equivocate. You couldn't do equivocate because obviously it's like pick up 2 words. But maybe there's a clever way of equivocate with words on a piece of paper. I don't know, but it would definitely work with patio. So they've got this piece of paper with 5 words written all over it, and you say, look, here's how we're going to do it. You're going to pick 2, and I'll eliminate. And patio doesn't work though because it's not a free choice for them. You'd have to come up with a way of forcing them to not pick lucky until the end. Do you see where I'm going with this, Michael? Does this make any sense? Basically, I'm kind of engineering a way where it randomly, there's one person, so this person's been out the room the whole time. One person here is the money person. They don't know who it is. Everybody's thinking of a different word. There's 5 words randomly written down on a piece of paper. Nobody knows what those words are or who wrote the words down or anything. They're going to pick words one at a time. And if they get the money word, they win the money. So you have to figure out a way of forcing. So half of it is there because they don't think, the audience doesn't think you know anything. You don't know dick, but in actual fact, you know what the money word is. So it would look like this. It'd say, right, pick any word, that word. If that is the money word, you win 50 quid. Was that the money word? No. Whose word was it? There. Were you the money person? No. You don't win £50. There's still 4 words to go. Pick another one. That one. Whose word is that? Are you the money person? No. Do you know what I mean? So you'd go through one at a time. The advantage you have is you know what the money word is. Nobody else knows what the money word is. The disadvantage is I don't know how to force it so that they pick. I don't know how to force the word on them. I know how to force the word on them, but using something like patio, that is a bit convoluted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, the thing with bank night is you want it to be as clean as possible. But I do think using words is the best way to go with this. But we need to be able to force, and obviously we haven't got a use for this at the moment, but I think this is the biggest problem. I think we need to figure out a use for this first, and then we can come back for a use with this. You know what I mean? Does that many word have legs? Do you know what I mean? Like it feels random. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's an interesting way to know the word without... But how do you force a word on a piece of... Okay, so let's say the words are lucky, I don't know, toilet, brain, I don't know, give me a word. Why can I not think of any word? Magic. And apple. Okay. I need to force lucky. Say stop, Michael.
Stop.
That's not going to work.
No.
I mean, that would have worked, but that's risky.
Yeah, because if you do it again and I say stop and he went at the top.
Unless... I mean, you could do quinter on this. You could do a quinter force on this. But the problem with quinter is you're forcing one word. You can't... So, for example, I could have them lined up like this and I could very easily force toilet. Yeah. So give me a number from 10 to 50.
17.
Are you sure you want 17? You can change your mind if you want to. No, you want 17. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can force toilet. With a list of 5 items, I can force toilet very, very easily.
Yeah, because I thought about that as well, but you'd need to force all 4 of them, and then it's going to become obvious.
It's going to become obvious, isn't it?
Method.
And you can't do equivocate, because I can't say pick up 2 because they're on a piece of paper. Could I say, so I want to force Lucky. Go with me on this. We're going to circle 3 of them. Which 3 are we going to circle?
Lucky, Brain, and Magic.
Lucky, Brain, and Magic. So we've got rid of Apple, we've got rid of Toilet. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
If you'd have circled these 3, I would have circled those 3 and then scribbled them out. So we've managed to get it down to 3, or if he'd gone the other way, we've managed to scribble it down to 2. So we're left with 3. I tell you what, I want you to put a cross. No, cross. Okay, I want you to now take the pen and tick any 2 of them. Which 2 are you going to tick?
Brain and Magic.
Brain and Magic. Those are the 2 that you want. You want, yeah? Okay, and that leaves us with Lucky. Does that work?
I feel like when it's written down, it becomes a lot more obvious what the equivocate is and what you're doing.
Yeah, you're right.
If you want to do that, when they're writing it down, why don't you hand out 5 business cards to each of them? Then it's on 5 separate cards. And you can do equivocate like that instead of them being on 1 sheet of paper.
That's a good idea. So you'd have 5 business cards. Hang on, let's just use post-it notes for now.
Which you can hand out before they even choose their
know
words.
what that is. So you're saying that we've got 5 business cards, and then you can do the equivoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's use those words again. So we've got Lucky, Brain. I don't know I'm using these words. No fucking clue. Apple. Varying up a bit now. Sausage. And evoke. Surreptitiously telling everyone to buy my trick. Subliminal advertising. Right. So now we could go a normal equivoke. So you're going to come over and pick up 2. Which 2 are you going to pick up?
Brain and Sausage.
Brain and sausage. Fantastic. Now you're going to push 2 towards me. Which 2 are you pushing towards me?
Evoke and Lucky.
You sure?
Yeah.
And final decision, pick one of them up. Which one do you want to pick up?
Lucky.
That was your choice, yeah?
Yeah.
Boom. So force
Yeah.
Lucky.
Because I feel like that feels a lot more natural than circling and ticking 1.
Yeah.
It feels a lot less forced.
It does feel a lot less forced. The problem with that though is it's meant to be a bank night. And if we're picking up
true.
2 at a time, do you know what I mean? If we're
Yeah.
picking up 2, although we were using it to force Lucky. So back to the previous idea, which is we've got these 5 pieces of paper. No, that's still not going to work. Fuck. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop the camera for a minute. Okay, we just went and got some scissors from Jack, although these look like safety scissors for a 6-year-old.
They do.
They look like the sort of scissors that you give to someone in art class. Now, this is your first pair of scissors. You have to be very careful with them. Do not run with the scissors. Do not stab your friend with the scissors. No, miss. They don't look like the scissors that are used in a professional working office, although nobody said this was a fucking professional working office. Many years ago, I published a routine that was a little bit bank night-esque with a quiver. It was very different to what we're trying to achieve here. But if we took a file card and did this, let me explain the idea that I've got. We're going to put a pin in the book for a minute, okay? Let me. I'm going to go back to the quiver.
Okay.
Okay. So let me talk you through the idea that I've got here. So you bring out, fuck the book off. So there would be a setup for this. Now this is not going to work with the book, but I think this is very different to what I originally did, but I think it'll work. So the setup is you take a file card and you fold it in half, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
We kind of, for anybody who at home that's watching this shit show unfold, I'm kind of thinking along, and you know Lucky Lotto, I'm kind of thinking along those lines here. So we have a card that's folded up, and because I've took the red part off, all four of these would look the same, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So if we tear carefully here down the center, and we tear carefully here down the center, and we tear carefully here down the center, we've got four pieces that pretty much look identical to each other. You know what I mean? I need to cut a little bit more of the red off, but pretty much looks identical to each other in that they've got the, so each one has got two torn pieces and each one has got two straight pieces. So they look identical to each other. You wouldn't know which one's which. Yeah? So my idea here is the setup would be, we would take one of those pieces, say that one, I've got a Sharpie marker, it'll look better, and we'll put a big tick on it, right? Put a big tick on it, and then fold it up like that. That goes in one side of the quiver. We're leaving the book for now, we're going back to the quiver for a minute. So that would go, this is very different to what I came up with all those years ago, but that was the inspiration. So in one side of the quiver, we've got that tick, right? That's the setup. So you would bring out this and you would explain that you're going to play a game of chance and they're going to win 50 quid and whatever, so on and so forth. And you'd fold this up like this. I think this will work. I think this will work. Do you see where I'm going with this or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. I want to know if you're watching this at home, do you see where I'm going with this? Because if this works, I mean, it might not, but if this works, I think I might have come up with the best version of banknote in the entire history of the world. The problem is we've got a fucking book that we need to fit in with it, but, you know, forget about the book for a minute. So you fold this up like this, and you very neatly, and you want to be very methodical about this because you want this to look the same. And the reason I'm not going down business cards, your business card thing was the thing that actually inspired me to go down this route. Business cards won't fit in here.
Yeah.
But if we took this, right, and we said, right, okay, I'm going to put a tick on one of these, and I'm going to put a cross on the other three. Like so. I'm going to fold them up. So you say to them, I'm going to fold them up like this. La, 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 la. And the last one, I'm going to fold up here. And you say, I'm going to mix them up so you don't know which one's which. Now, obviously, I've not actually mixed them up. I know that I need to keep track of that. I just had that in thumb palm. So as I mix them up, I just put that in thumb palm so that I know where it is, right? You then open up this and you show it's empty. And you put them in here one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you put them in there one at a time. That's not going to work. Fuck. That's not going to work. It's not going to work because, ignore me. We don't need that extra one from the beginning. We don't. We just need to know. I was thinking about, no, we do need that extra one. No, we don't. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. No, we don't. Do we? Do you know where I'm going with this, Michael? Because I need help.
I think I see where you're coming from. Cause...
Yeah, no, we don't need that one. So you open up the quiver, right? Yeah. So you open it up. Yeah. You open up the quiver and you put the cross in this side and then you close it up. And then you put the cross in this side and you close it up. So they're used to seeing it closed up every time. You put the cross in this side, then you close it up. And then the last time you open it up to the other side and you put the tick.
Yeah.
So now you give it them and you get them to shake it up. So they shake it up. And you explain that if they get the tick, they win the money. So now you open it up and you say, but you can't look in. You've just got to reach in, close your eyes, reach in and take one and one only. So the first person will reach in and take one, and then you close it up and you go, let's see how you've done. You've got a cross. You've lost. The second person reaches in and they're going to go in and they're going to take one and one only. And it's a cross. Now, the third person has only got one to take. But I think if you're holding it like this so they can't see in, like you feel around in there, it's very difficult to tell that you've not got two. You're just going to grab one and pull it out.
Yeah, if you just reach
in. And yeah, you can't tell that there's not two.
Yeah.
Can you? Like, be honest with me, try it. You can't tell, because I've used this principle with other things before.
If you're just telling them to reach in and grab,
you just say, close your eyes, reach in, grab
yeah, the majority will just go
yeah,
like
you're
that,
just going to reach in and grab.
Thing.
Yeah. Oh, but the way to deal with that, fuck me. Right, okay, no, reverse, sorry. sorry. Reverse. Got it. The extra piece we do need, but we don't need a tick.
It needs to be a cross.
We need a cross, right? So what's going to happen is that is in one side. So we need the cross in one side. Boom. Fucking yes. So you need you can show that it's empty, but because obviously you can open up to the other side. But what you do is you obviously know where the tick is. So you say, now you can get them to put it in. So you show it's empty, and you say, we're going to put these in one at a time. And the first one you put in is the tick. And you say, you put the other three in. So now you open up to the cross side. So now they're putting the others in themselves, and they think that they've put all of them in. They could even put the cross in themselves. They could even put the tick in themselves. There's no reason why they couldn't. So you've got the tick there. Sorry. Okay, so let's take the tick out. So the extra cross is in that side, right? So the extra cross is in that side. So what you do is you just say, look, I want you to put these in yourself one at a time. Start with that one. And you give them the tick. So they put the tick in themselves. They can see it's gone in. Now you just open up to the other side. They still see one in there, so they think it's the same one they've put in. Now you're putting in. They put in another one. You say, pick up another one, put in another one. Pick up another one, put in another one. Is that fair? Then you give it them and you get them to shake it. So now you can have them say, look, reach in. Take anyone out that you want to. They take one out and it's a cross. They take one out. It's a cross. They take one out. It's a cross. They can see there's only one more left in. And you go, I've won, but just to make sure, reach in and take it out yourself. And when you do, you switch it to the other side, and it's the tick. That's fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
That's amazing. Yeah. That works. That's really good, Michael. That's great. That's a way of doing it. It feels really fair. No palming, no nothing. You just have to make sure that you've got the cross in there from the beginning. There is a problem. Can we guess the problem? The book. I actually think that's perfect, but let's see if we can fuck the trick up and include the book. Right, okay. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that page. Okay. What about if we force, we talked about forcing words before and creating money words.
Yeah.
How about we do that again? but we only use one page. What was that page? 132. Top word is lucky. Bear with me here. What about if I write the word lucky on this? All right?
Yeah.
And that gets folded up, and we'll fold it up a couple of times to make it a little bit neater. So that gets folded up like that, and that gets put into one side, right? So you got that there. So you've got this pre-folded so that you don't have to fold it in front of the audience, because that's just going to be dead time and it's going to be boring and it's going to be uninteresting. So the setup is to fold this up like this. That then gets put in the other side of the quiver. So we got that, and we got the book. So we bring the book out and we have somebody examine it, because we can, because it's a regular book. And then you say, inside here, I've got a piece of paper. Can you reach in and take it out? So they reach in and they take this out, and they can see that the rest of it's empty. And you say, I'm going to give you a chance to win £50. Who would like to win £50? And they all say yes. And as you're talking, you're tearing it down. And you say, well, here's how you're going to get a chance to win £50. It's all based on words, because words have power. And we're going to have 4 words written down, 1 word on each piece of paper, on each piece of card. And if I ask you to pluck a word out the air, it might be a psychologically popular word, so we're going to completely randomize it. I've got this book here, there's, I don't know, hundreds of words, and as I'm saying that, I'm going to 132. What we'll do, I'll have you pick a page. Whatever page you pick, we'll use the first word on the page, the last word on the page, and 2 words in the middle, and you get to choose what the 2 words in the middle of the page are. So say stop.
Stop.
Right there, you sure? Let's have a look. What page have we got? We've got 132. So we're going to use the first word of the page. What is the first word? It's lucky. So we're going to write the word lucky. What's the second word on the bottom? It's unusual. So we're going to write the word unusual. And you get to pick a word in the middle, 2 words in the middle. So out of this book, what 2 words in the middle do you want?
1.
1?
Yeah.
Is there a 1? Is there? O-N-E?
O-N-E.
O-N-E. And do you want another word?
And dishwasher.
Of course you do. Dishwasher. Sidetrack. Having them pick 2 words off the middle really sells the fact that that was a free choice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So now you fold these up like this and you say, so here's the idea. We're going to mix these up, and then you're going to pick one of these words, and that's going to be the money word. Whatever word you pick is going to be the money word. And if you get, in a minute, I'm going to give you a free choice of any one of these, and if you get the money word, you win the £50. So now I mix them up. I know where the money word is. So now I'm going to do equivoke with these 4. So I say, do me a favour, pick up 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which 2 are we going to pick up?
The 2 middle.
2 middle, fantastic. And out of these, which one are you going to push towards me, or whatever it is? Do you want 1 or 2?
The one on your left.
This one gets pushed towards me. So this is your lucky word. This is your money word. And then they open it up and they see the word lucky. And I can look at it as well, and you go, lucky, okay. So that's the money word. If you get lucky, you win the money. So technically, you would be lucky.
Yeah.
So then you say, I tell you what. Oh no, this word that's in here wouldn't be lucky. it would be
Unusual.
unusual, because that's the other force word. And
But
we
then-
just have to keep track of unusual as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this would be, this word that's in here would have to be unusual, wouldn't it? Because we've kind of technically forced that one as well. So unusual is that word. So the one that's in that side is unusual, right? So when I was doing the shaky thing, I was keeping track of unusual, and I was also keeping track of lucky. So I can force lucky, but I know where unusual is. So now, no, we don't need the extra one. Do we need the extra one? Yes, we do, don't
You
we?
would, but I also think you're going to run into an issue here,
What's the issue?
which is there's now two unusuals in the one that they can pick out from. If two people pick out unusual,
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that covered.
okay,
No, I haven't. Give me a minute. I might have that covered. So the first thing that they're going to put in is
lucky.
they're going to put lucky in, right? So the lucky goes in first. Yeah?
Yeah,
And you put it in. And then you're going to put this one in. Yeah, you are right. I'm trying to figure out a
Yeah.
way around it as I'm putting it
that's
in.
what I've been. This whole past minute, I've been trying to think.
This one goes in. Because I was thinking I could just palm this unusual out. I could just palm the unusual out like that. So the last one I put is unusual, but I don't actually put it in there.
Yeah,
So it doesn't actually go in. So when I give it them to shake and I say shake them up inside there, I can ditch this. Which means there technically is just 3 in there.
which removes the purpose of having one in there to begin with.
Yes. Now we're back to where we were at the beginning, where we didn't need an extra one, but we do. I got it. 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 We don't get them picking. Right, okay. Right. It is lucky. Okay, we're back to lucky. We're back to lucky. We're back to lucky. Fucking lucky. So lucky is the one in there, right? Okay. So we go back to here, and you say, look, we're gonna have you pick a page. Whatever page you pick, we're gonna look at the top word. The first word on that page is going to be your money word. The word at the bottom of the page, the last word, is going to be. Okay, so the first word on the page is going to be the winner word. The last word on the page is going to be the loser word. Okay?
Yeah.
So just say stop for me.
Stop.
Perfect. Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got lucky as the winning word, and we've got unusual as the losing word. So then what you do is you take your 4 pieces of paper. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like this. Do you see where I'm going now? So what you do is, and by the way, I'm back to this being unusual, just so you know. This is
Yeah,
unusual
I was about to
again.
say
Yeah.
that needs to be
This is
unusual
unusual.
again.
This is unusual. We're back to unusual. So what you would do is you would write unusual. So there's only going to be, so the winning word is lucky, so you write lucky on this one. And you say the losing word is unusual, so you write unusual on all of these.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you say, right, okay, so now we're back into the original plan. So you put in here the lucky, and then you open it up, and the 3 unusuals go here. Unusual, unusual, and unusual. Now you're back into the correct method. So you have the first person pick one out. What have you got? You've got unusual. Ah, sucks to be you. Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got unusual. Sucks to be you. What have we got? We've got 2 left. Pick one. 2 left. Go to the right side, obviously. Now, do you want this one, or do you want to swap it for the other one? It's up to you. No, I want this one. Yeah, I want this one. And that's unusual. And you say, just to be confirmed, and you take the last one out. And it's lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, it uses the book. In all honesty, I think it's better with the ticks and the crosses.
Yeah.
But we have to
It is
include the
the book.
book. I can't see another way I actually really like that method for a bank night. I really do like that method for a bank night. But I think that I think that the book, I don't know if the words add anything. If any, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe it does. I mean, it makes it a little bit more random. They're picking random words. You know, maybe, I don't know. It makes it. I love the bank night methodology here. Having, you know, like pieces of paper and in a quiver for a bank night. I think that's brilliant. I think that we've used the book. What do you think, Michael? What do you prefer? Do you prefer it with the ticks and the crosses or with the words?
I think the words, they're just a bit strange. It still works. Like, the trick works. It's a good effect.
Yeah, I really like the bank night with the quiver. It's a great effect. I just think the book, I don't know. I think the book, I think the words, I'm trying to convince myself that using words adds to the whole thing, but I don't know whether it does. I don't know whether it does. What would really add is you've got a $ as the money, and you've got the cross as the losing thing. I think that's what really adds to it. I don't think you need the book. I think we've kind of shoehorned the book in there. We've kind of like gone, okay, this is a great trick. Now let's make it worse. Let's make it a little bit shitter by including a book for no reason at all. But I can't think of anything else with the book. Fuck. I can't think of anything else with the book. Can you? I just can't. I can't think of another way that we could incorporate the book into this.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something with the page number, but I feel like it ends up with the same idea of it just feels a bit random.
It really does. Yeah, I just can't. I can't think of any other way of doing it. I can't think of any other way of incorporating the book. The only way you can really incorporate it is by having them pick a word, and they're going to be. Fuck it. Should we try it on Jack and see what it thinks?
Yeah.
Let's set it up and let's try it on Jack and we'll see how it goes. How are you, Jack?
All right.
Good. Look, I'm going to give you a chance to win money. I know you like a chance to win money. I'm going to give you a chance to win 100 quid. How's that sound?
I'm not going to win, am I?
Yeah, you are. And it's very, very simple. I'm going to give you a chance to win 100 quid, and it uses this wallet and this book.
That book.
Yeah, first of all, have a look through the book. It's written by Stephen Mulhern. It's a book on magic.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book.
It's a kid's book.
It is. It's Ryland's book. I borrowed it from him. And by borrowed it, I mean stole it. Inside here, I actually have a piece of card. You can take it out and see it and check there's nothing else in there. It's just one piece of card. You can put your finger in there and wiggle it around a little bit if you want to. That'd be weird.
I'm
but
all right, thanks.
okay. And the reason I have this piece of card is because I'm going to take it and tear it into 4 pieces. And on each one of these pieces, we're going to write a word. You see, words have power. I can't remember who said the quote, but years ago there was a quote that was said, "The pen is truly mightier than the sword." I can't remember who said the quote. I just remember one of the characters said it in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's where I get all of my knowledge from, Indiana Jones films. But it's true. Words do have power. And this book has a lot of words in it. I don't know how many. But we're going to pick 2 words at random. One word is going to be a winning word. One word's going to be the money word. One word, if you figure out where that word is, you're going to win 100 quid. But then the other word is going to be the losing word. If you get that word, you don't get anything. Now, we're going to create the words at random, because if I asked you to say words I might have figured out ahead of time or something, I didn't do that. So we're going to create the words at random. I'm going to riffle at the book. Wherever you say stop, will look at that page, left-hand side. The first word on the page will be the money word, will be the winning word. The last word on the page will be the losing word.
Okay.
Okay, so just say stop.
Stop.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Let's have a look. What page number are we on? Over here.
132.
132, okay. So what is the first word? That's the winning word.
Lucky.
Lucky. Okay, so
Same my dog.
if you get the word lucky, it means that you win £100. £100. What's the last word on the book?
Unusual.
Unusual. Now, if you've gone to a different
Describes you
page,
perfectly.
it does. If you've gone to a different page, it would have been this and different. You know, they're all random, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to use the word unusual. And here's the thing: if you get the word unusual, you lose.
Oh no.
We're going to write the word unusual 3 times. And the reason is you have 3 chances to win £100 off me. Now, I should tell you that I'm very good at winning this game. In fact, I don't think I've ever lost. But,
That fills me with confidence.
you know, this might be the day. But genuinely, no wordplay here. If you get the word lucky, you win £100 of Michael's money. So that's very exciting. So we'll mix them up so you don't know which one's where.
I mean, that's not fair. Michael doesn't have money.
Well, this is very true. So what we'll do, we'll pop, you can put them in yourself as well. Take that one, pop it in there. Beep. And you can see it really is in there. Now pick up another one. Pop that one in there. Doesn't matter which one. That's great. And another one. Perfect. And one more. Perfect. So you can see they're in there. Yeah?
Yep.
You can mix them up if you want to as well. So it's got a little bit of a shake. That's great. In fact, I don't know if that's actually mixing them up. So if you want to put your finger in and mix them around, you can. Or
You really want my fingers in there, don't you?
are we good?
Hopefully.
So you have a free choice.
Yeah.
When I snap my fingers, you're going to reach in, have a fondle, and take one of those pieces of paper out. If you get the piece of paper that has the word lucky on it, you win £100. No wordplay, no equivoque. You can literally do whatever you want to do. So it's a 25% chance that you're walking out right now with £100. Which one do you want? You sure you want that one?
Yep.
Wouldn't go for that one if I were you.
I want to go for that one.
But that's not the money.
How do you know?
I remember, I'm a magician, I know everything. I would not go for that one. I'd put it back and get a different one if I were you.
I want this one.
You want that one? Have a look.
No!
See, I told you, you shouldn't have gone for that one. Now maybe you start believing me. I'm trying to help you. You do have to temper that with the fact that I'm a professional liar, and my job is literally to lie to people about what I do. The card's lost in the deck. Yeah, right. The coin is in my hand. Okay, whatever. I lie for a living, Jack, is what I'm trying to say. So you don't want to believe anything I say, but Jack, I really want you to win the money. Okay? So there's 3 left. You've now gone from a 25% chance of winning £100 to a 33.333% chance of winning £100, which is very exciting. Reach in and take another one, Jack. What you got? Hang on, let me have a look at it. You don't want that one, Jack. I'll put it back and get a different one.
Okay.
Jack, I wouldn't go that one either.
I want that one.
Really?
Yeah.
We've been through this a couple of minutes ago. I'm trying to help you, Jack.
Are you though?
I really am. I want you to have the money, man. I really do. Maybe you could buy a new t-shirt.
What's wrong with this t-shirt?
No, it's nothing. It's just it's been on a few of the episodes now. Says the guy.
I was going to say!
Says the guy in the same fucking shirt. Are you sure you want that one?
I want this one.
Have a look.
Ah, bugger.
Dude. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for you. How's my acting? Oh, dear me. Now, there's good news and bad news. There's 2 left, as you can see. The good news is you've got a 50% chance of winning. The bad news is I've also got a 50% chance of keeping my money.
We don't want that.
No. Not going to help you this time, Jack. Take anyone you want to.
Can I grab them both?
No.
Okay.
Sure you want that one? Now, Jack, let me tell you right now the reason I always win this game. I always win this game because at the very, very end, when we're down to 2, I always give people a chance to change their mind. Jack, change your mind.
What do you reckon, Mike?
I think it should change. Reverse psychology.
You want to
He
go for
doesn't
that
want
one?
you to.
Jack, before
Maybe
you
he knew I'd do
exactly, Jack, before you open it, do you really think I'd ask you to change your mind if I knew that that had the that had the lucky word on it? Do you really think I'd do that?
No,
Honestly,
but
mate,
did
you
want
really
me
need
to think that.
Well, that's it. You're second guessing yourself now, Jack. Are you sure you want that one? £100 is riding on this. Are you sure you want that one, Jack? You can have the other one. It's your choice.
I'm sticking with this one.
Are you sure?
No, but I'm sticking with this one.
Go for it. Have a look at it, man. Check it out.
I'll book me sideways.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I really wanted you to win the money. Take the last one out. What have you left with at the very, very end? And unfortunately, you weren't very lucky. I was, which means you don't get the money, but you do get a chance to give me a big round of applause for being so clever. Clap, Jack. Now. Fine, he doesn't have to. There we go. Nice.
That was really good.
Do you like it?
It was really
It
good.
was cool, man. Thank you very much. I don't know what you thought, Michael. Like, Jack's literally just left the room. I don't know what you thought, but I actually thought that played a hell of a lot fucking better than I thought it was going to.
Same.
That actually worked really, really well. I actually disagree with what I said earlier on. I think having the book does add. I think having those words and having the words that they can focus on really makes a big difference. I think it's better than ticks and crosses. I really do.
Yeah, I agree.
You like it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think it works really, really well. I love the fact that unusual. It feels like a free choice. I wish it could be a little bit freer, but they're apparently picking a free page.
Well, with what I thought during that performance is with the word lucky.
Yeah.
As a spectator, you think that that's the word that's going to be forced.
Yeah.
So if you try to work out how it works, you think that lucky's been forced, but lucky's actually just a random word. You don't actually have to force it.
Oh, you genius!
You only have to force unusual.
You're right. That's so true.
So you could even hand the book to them and get them to pick the winning word themselves.
You're right. So what you could do is obviously you need to force.
Unusual.
Unusual. So what you could do is you could start off by saying we'll use the bottom word. Say stop. That's going to be our losing word. Unusual. There we go. We also need a word to represent the winning word. I tell you what. You go through the book. Stop whenever you want to. Look over the page. Pick a word. What word do you feel drawn to? This is going to be your lucky word.
Yeah. Because then it gives them the...
They could even write it down on the piece of paper as well.
Yeah.
So you're writing down the words unusual and they're writing down, because it makes no difference, because it could be in their handwriting.
Yeah.
That's really good. Why didn't I not think of that? That's amazing. Is it worth doing this again on Katie?
Sure.
And seeing if that makes a difference? Do you reckon
Yeah.
that's worth doing?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's free. Do you want to ask Kay if Katie's free for just 5 minutes? Katie, yeah, how you doing, Katie?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm going to give you a chance to win some money. I'm going to give you a
Do I
chance
get
to
to keep
win.
it?
Well, yeah. I'm going to give you a chance to win £100 of Michael's money. It's going to be very exciting.
I don't have £100.
I was
you
going to
have.
say,
I'll load it to him.
I'll invoice you.
£100, and it's a really simple game using a book and using a wallet. Now, first of all, this book, you can have a look at it. I borrowed it off Ryland. It's a book written by Stephen Mulhern. It's all about magic and stuff. It's actually signed by Stephen Mulhern as well. It's actually a signed copy. So
I'll
we've
have to borrow
got, yeah, it's a very good book actually. So you've got Max Magic. There's hundreds and thousands of words in this book. And the game we're going to play is all about words, because words have power, Katie.
Yes.
When you see words written down, they have meaning, they have power. I can't remember who said the quote, but somebody said the pen is truly mightier than the sword. I learned that from watching Indiana Jones. But that is an actual thing, and you're going to see why. Also, I've got a little wallet here, and inside the wallet I actually have a piece of card. You can take that out if you want to. It is just a normal piece of card, and you can stick your finger in there. That's what she said. Nothing else in there. It is just a piece of card. Now,
Would you say that to Matt?
always. Actually, yes.
You probably would,
There
yeah.
you go. Now, I'm going to take this piece of card and rip it up into 4 pieces. And there's a reason I'm going to do that. And the reason is we're going to write different words on these 4 pieces of card. And we're going to have a winning word and we're going to have a losing word. And If you get the winning word, you win £100. It's very, very simple. It's that simple. That's basically how we're going to do this. So let me explain like that. Let me just tear that off there and that off there, and that's fine. So let me explain. Obviously, there's hundreds of different pages. We're going to start off with a losing word. We're going to pick a word that means that you won't get the money. Now, I'm going to have you pick a word out of this book. I'm going to riffle at the book like this. You're going to say stop. Wherever you say stop, we'll open to that page. We'll look at the left-hand page. We'll look at the bottom word of that page, and the bottom word is going to be your losing word. Okay. You understand? Yeah. So just say stop.
Stop.
Right there, you sure? Let's have a look at where you stopped. What page is that? 132. What is the bottom word?
Unusual.
Unusual. That is our losing word. If you get the word unusual, you lose. Now, we need a winning word as well. Because the winning word is the word that's going to give you the money, it's really important that you resonate with that winning word. So I'll let you go through the book a few times, as much as you want to. And when you find a word that you like that potentially could be a winning word, you let me know.
Can it be anywhere?
Any word from any page. I'm going to write unusual on 3 of these. Unusual. You got a word?
Yes.
What you got?
Strengthened.
Strengthened, that's a good word. Can you do me a favour? Can you write strengthened on there? That is your winning word. There we go. I love that. I love that. Took up 2 lines, but that's fine. Your handwriting is infinitely neater than mine. So we have unusual, which is the losing word, and we have strengthen, which is the winning word. You'll notice unusual has been written 3 times. There's a reason for that. I'm going to give you 3 chances to win this £100. It's very, very simple. And if at any point you get your word strengthened, you win the £100 that Michael is donating to this wonderful cause. So we'll mix them up like this, and you're going to do everything. So we're going to start off. Can you do me a favour? Just take this, and you can see there's nothing in there. Pop it in there. There we go. Very, very good. And grab another one. And pop it in there. Very good. And grab another one. And pop it in there. And grab another one. And pop it in there. Oh, there we go. That came out. That was nothing to do with the trick. And you can stick your finger in there and just mix them all around so they're all mixed up and so on and so forth. Is that fair?
Yes.
Let's flatten them up a bit here and make sure they're all flattened. There we go. So the idea is very simple. In a second, you're going to reach in and you're going to take one of these. It's up to you which one. Now we know 3 of them are losers and 1 of them's a winner. If you get your winning word, you win £100.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So in other words, you've got a 25% chance of winning £100. So reach in, grab one out. Are you sure you want that one?
Yes.
I wouldn't have that one if I were you.
Why?
It's up to you, but I know what
No,
I'm
I'm
talking.
keeping it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it if I were you.
Well, I'm keeping it.
Okay, open it up. What have you got? See, I told you, I'm trying to help you, Katie. I really am. I want you to win the money. It's not my money, it's Michael's money. I don't care. I want to win the money. However, you do also have to temper that with the fact that I'm a professional liar. I lie for a living. The card's lost in the deck. Yeah, whatever. The coin's in my hand. Okay. I've really sawn the girl in half. Not really. So I lie for a living. It's my job to lie and deceive you. That's my job. So you have to temper the fact that I'm trying to help you with I'm a liar. But there's 3 more. The good thing is you've gone from a 25% chance of winning to a 33.33% recurring chance of winning.
Good maths.
Thank you. So reach in there and grab another one out.
I want the bottom one.
Go for it.
That
Take
one.
it. You sure you want that one?
Yeah.
You positive?
Yeah.
I'd change if I were you.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Trying to help you.
Oh, you
I really am. You sure you want it?
know. No, I want this one.
Open it up. Like I said, trying to help. So, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is, well, the good news is there's a 50% chance of winning £100 right now. The bad news is I've got a 50% chance of holding on to my money.
Michael's money.
Michael's money, exactly. So there's 2 left.
Yeah.
You get whichever one you want to. It's totally up to you. Now, before you open it up, I'm going to tell you why I never lose at this game. I never lose at this game because at the very end, I always give people a chance to change their mind.
No.
Now, hang on, before you open it up, think about this. You can change your mind if you want to.
I don't want to change my mind.
Do you really think I would give you a chance to win £100? I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you.
You might be double bluffing me here, Craig.
I'm not double bluffing you. I really would change if I were you.
No, thanks.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Look at that one. Look in there.
No.
Look how appealing it is.
Don't
Look at
worry.
it.
Don't
It's
worry.
just sitting there wanting to be
thanks.
taken.
No, thanks.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Open it up. Don't say I didn't tell you.
Michael, you get to keep your money.
Well, you can take that last one out.
Where can I get it?
There you go. Open it up. And unfortunately, Katie, you didn't win. The good news, as I say, good news and bad news. The bad news is you didn't win £100, but the good news is you saw a great trick and you get to give me a big round of applause. I think that was way better.
Definitely.
The fact that she was able to write it down. Did you also see what I did in the performance? I don't know if you saw. I actually tore the one that I knew she was going to get, so it was different to the others. On the one unusual, I made them all look the same. But with hers, I teared it so you could tell very, very obviously that that was the one. Do you know what I mean?
Noticed that.
Yeah, it was just a subtle little thing that I did. But also, the fact that she wrote her name on it. And I was thinking while I was performing it to her, does it look suspicious that I'm writing unusual and she's writing strengthened? But it didn't feel awkward during performance, did it? It was just like, I'm going to write the word unusual. You search through the book and you figure out what word you want. It just kind of flowed and made sense. So there's two things that I think here. I think that the book really does add. I think that the book actually makes it better than doing ticks and crosses. I think that's the first thing. I really do think that. And I think your idea of actually having them freely select the word makes it even stronger.
Yeah. I like that in the middle it makes it examinable as well, so they're physically looking at it. Because I feel like the first thing that someone would come to is to look at the last word of a different page
Yeah,
and see that it's not unusual.
yeah,
So they'll know that, oh, not every page is unusual, whereas before they only saw one page.
yeah. They're getting to see the whole book as they pick their word. That's really strong. I would do that. In fact, I'm going to go and do that. Well, we're doing this little show, aren't we, where we're taking all of the stuff we created and we're putting a show together with all of it. I think that's going to be the highlight of the show. I actually think that every single week has got better. Last week, I honestly thought that the A-can with Smarties was the best one that we'd done. But I actually really like this bank night. I really also like the fact that it's mentalism. You're introducing a book. If you were using a gimmicked book like The Daddy by Mark Shandow or something, you could then use that book to go into any other routine that you want to go into, and you can transition into a book test very, very easily. I really like this. I really, really like
I
this.
like it as well.
Yeah, it's really good. So now it's over to you guys. I want to know three things. One, what would you have done? Like, I've spoken to a few people who have been watching these creative sessions, and what they do is when I pull the stuff out the bowls, they pause the video and they try and figure out what they do with it, which is awesome. So which direction would you have taken this in? I kind of went in this direction. I don't see how else you could incorporate a book into a bank night. I really don't. So I think this is really the only way you could go with it. But what did you guys think? Would you do this trick that you've just seen me do? Is that something you would do? Do you think the words add to it from the book, or do you think it's better doing ticks and crosses or pound signs or something like that? Because, you know, your idea, Michael, about having any word in the book, you could even have them sign the card themselves. You could have them sign the winning one, so it doesn't necessarily need to be a book. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, we want more stuff in our bowls. So, in the comments down below, give me stuff that I can put in the bowls. The more outrageous, the better. Like, genuinely, we want ridiculous, batshit mental stuff going in these bowls, because that make it something that I can actually get hold of. Like, if you put an AK-47, I'm not going to be able to do a trick with an AK-47. So let's make it realistic, but crazy. Anyway, I'll be back again very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Craig. Michael was behind the camera. Every week, you make it better. Michael, you really do. You're a creative powerhouse. Look out for the Michael Mentary coming soon. No. We'll see. No. We'll see you again soon. My name's Craig. This is Michael, and this was Magic TV.